welcome to my channel, A Piece of Gaia. My name is Lindsay, and today we are going to be doing a card reading that we're going to see what it's going to be about here. We're going to get a theme of our card reading. We don't know just yet. Let's see. So I hope you all are doing well today and having a lovely day wherever you are in the world, and I'm sending you out lots of positive energy. Let's go ahead and see what is in store for our reading today. Okay. All right, so we have the porcupine and the anemone boundaries. All right, so how can we create better boundaries? How can we enforce our boundaries? How could we assess other people's boundaries and be aware of how to, present ourselves in certain situations? I feel here. Okay. All right. And then we're also going to choose a pick here from this same deck. All right. This is the Woodland Warden's oracles. The timestamps will be listed down in the description box and in the pinned comments below by now. And for number 1 is going to be the hare and the oak, new opportunities. Number 2 is the salamander and the black pepper with inspiration. And number 3 is the hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. And then we also have these 3 crystals to choose from as well. So I will see you in your selected reading. Hello to those of you that selected group number 1 here with the hare and oak, new opportunities. So far, our kind of underlying theme is going to be boundaries with the porcupine and this flower here. It's like an anemone, I believe it's pronounced. But this card here, I'm seeing that you will be creating these new opportunities. I also feel like there's lots of seeds from the past that you have sown and you have worked around you to be able to create these. I'm also feeling the hare is showing me that these new opportunities are going to be very fertile, very prosperous, and also I feel in great number in many ways that you can pick. And I'm also feeling with the oak, it's going to be a very strong and stable and lasting opportunity as well. One of those picks will be. And you'll be able to fill that out, I feel. We'll get into that a little bit more as the cards come out too. Okay, and you chose for your crystal here the citrine. All right, just a raw citrine point. Okay, so I feel like there's maybe some healing that has been done in the past, also a raising of your vibration as you show yourself to the world. I'm feeling like your self-esteem has really been raising up, and I'm feeling like this new confidence, this new attitude, this new walk. I feel like lots of new coming in, okay? All right, let's see which card is next for you here. Let's see, we'll do tarot. Alright, so those that selected group 1, what is their message for today about their new opportunities and things to do with their boundaries and how that all goes together? Okay. We have the 10 of Swords in reverse, the 3 of Cups upright. Too many. And the Star card. me get you one more. All right, wants to give us some motions, movement, some how will this all unfold? I feel like very swiftly. Okay. So it seems like there is some type of connection that you do have within your friend circles or somebody within your family dynamic or people you hang out with on special occasions. I'm also hearing that are really noticing something, some effort that you've put in, something that I feel is not quite at the end, but I'm seeing this as a positive, like gossip. Positive gossip about you, positive gossip in the realm of you kind of glowing up and also maybe moving at a speed that other people aren't familiar with. Maybe you've been in kind of a dormant period of time for a long period of time, maybe even just the first half of your life. Maybe you haven't really got a lot of things going and you've been a big observer. I mean, I can relate to this. I feel like I never wanted to choose exactly. I mean, I made a lot of choices about careers and things like that along the way, but I've become more of like a jack of all trades, and I'm feeling like there was this period of time that maybe you have kind of dealt with where you realized that there was more opportunities that awaited you than one that you wanted to settle down with and just be like, that's the one, right? So I'm feeling like, if anything, you're creating, the boundary is showing me in this card that it's more of like a direction for you. It's more of canceling out the things that, process of elimination. So things that aren't really meant for you, and then getting narrowed in on narrowed in on those choices that you're going to be making. And I feel like also your friend circle here, maybe there is particular friends that you're attached to that you're defining that group, you're distilling it down, you're getting down to who is really meant for you in this process, who brings out the authentic you, and who is authentic to themselves so they can inspire you to continue to be more authentic in all of the pursuits that you make. Okay. So this Ten of Swords is also coming through to tell me that this is something that we hold on to. I'm seeing this tether, this string is something that you hold on to. It's like learning from your past mistakes of the way that you've spoken with people and taking a new look at that and moving forward in a different kind of way. Because I feel like the Knight of Swords here, there is something coming in. I feel like there is a message coming towards you of some type. There is, it's coming very quickly. I feel also this is a message about the type of movement that you're going to take from here. Okay. I'm also feeling the boundaries. When we're discussing boundaries with the Star card, I feel like the boundaries are limitless when it comes to your opportunities, when it comes to the things that you can attach yourself to or be a part of. Or I'm also seeing like a community of people coming through here, and there's lots of gossip, lots of messages exchanged, maybe even dealing with some hard things. It's like, we're not going to let this go completely. We're not going to move on from this cycle, because it's very important for us to discuss these heated topics of stuff maybe that was in the past that didn't go so well, that we wanted to walk away from. But really, since we have seen a new perspective, I see this as her inverted and seeing like the Hangman card, like there's this new perspective that you're getting. There's just new flow to your brain, this new this new way of doing things, this new way of speaking, this new way of communicating with other people in a way that creates more friendships. I also feel that this is opportunities in friendships. So when you have a lot of new friendships kind of coming your way, it is very important for you to have the type of boundaries that you need to set the stage for a good situation, right? So I feel that the porcupine, it's like he already comes pre-packed with his boundaries. It's like you can visually see that if you mess with this creature, like he's got these spikes that are going to come out, and that doesn't look like something you want to mess with. So it's like, I'm also feeling like be that feisty side of yourself. Have that stern, harsh part of yourself, but also couple it with that friendly, lovely side of yourself. Because I can see this part of your life, this era, this next step, you're not going to be a doormat for anybody, okay? If you had a people-pleasing kind of personality in the past that has kind of left you sour in friendships, I'm seeing that that is a new worked out thing. I'm seeing this alchemy of yourself being, you're no longer dealing with that. In fact, I feel like you have this more of a beacon within you that is going to come out and remind you every time when someone has something to say or someone says red flag stuff. How do you react? How do you deal with that? Because I feel like you could take on friendships sometimes from the very beginning. You can let that friendship know that we're going to take this an unhealthy way or a healthy way, just based on the little ways that you react to things about life, about things that go on in life. And your friend comes to you and tells you something that has maybe something to do with you getting involved with something. And it might, take your karma off course a little bit. Are you going to make that choice? Or are you going to look at it from a different perspective and try to help your friend and give them the advice that you would give them if you had a lot of wisdom behind your belt, right? Because I feel like also in friendships, we do this can't beat them, join them kind of thing, where we go, oh, well, I don't really know how to be my best self at this moment, so I'm just going to join this kind of dynamic that I have this feeling in my gut that's telling me maybe I shouldn't do this, right? So this is also trusting your gut feeling, letting that gut feeling be your boundary, let it be your porcupine spikes. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you some more messages here from, we'll give you a bird spirit. Bird spirit would like to join us here for those that selected group 1. Okay. Oh, that's a cute little guy. So we have a greater roadrunner. All right, so this bird doesn't particularly fly. This is, it can coast, it can fly a little bit. But it's mostly, like it says, a roadrunner. It runs, it's a running bird. I'm just, my last reading was the wolf, and I'm seeing the coyote in that reading. So I'm seeing the coyote and the roadrunner, that old cartoon I barely watched when I was a kid because it was a little dated when I was young, but we still watched it. We still thought it was funny. It was definitely a part of my Saturday morning cartoon routine when I was a young child. So I'm feeling like there is some nostalgic energy that you're going to be experiencing with friends. That's what's really coming to me here. Snakes and lizards. They eat snakes and lizards. Yeah, I feel like salacious gossip, things like that. These new friends, like they're not here for that. This 10 of Swords in reverse is really showing me these new friends, or this friend circle that you're distilling down, they're not here for that kind of negative gossip that's going to spin people's mental health out of balance. Like, I feel like this is a very supportive group. This is very helpful. This helps. These people are helping each other move along very swiftly in life. Nobody's trying to stop someone else from progressing in life. I feel like also there's some camaraderie here. There's some feminine camaraderie. Yeah, that's good. Good vibes. Good vibes. All right, so let's get a symbol from the Roadrunner and another part of their message that they would like to tell you here. New moon. Okay, so I feel like this is a timing aspect. I also feel that word new. These may be some very new opportunities. I'm also hearing go into this brand new. Feel yourself becoming renewed and as a new set of yourself, a new part of yourself, this new dynamic that I feel like maybe you're reaching a new level where, like I said before, maybe there was something in the past that you're like, I don't want to bring those vibes forward anymore. And I want to like focus on the good stuff. I want to focus on the people that are aligned with me, who vibe with me, my soul tribe, my soul fam. Yeah, and this new moon here with number 45 is showing me 45 might be important to one of you here. Maybe you are at the age of 45. Maybe 45 is, I'm hearing 45 days. I'm also seeing the number 45 coming up like a timing for something like under an hour, doing things in under an hour. I'm also hearing like physical exercise with the Knight of Swords. Like having, like approaching things, if you're going to get into any kind of workout routine or anything like that, I'm hearing like timing yourself, doing it slowly and progressing. And 45 minutes should be like your maximum of like, if you're going to do a bunch of different things, like maybe 45 minutes is like, there's something magical about that, because under an hour, you're not going to strain yourself and drag yourself to, I mean, even that's a little much. I feel like if you're haven't been working out for a while and you're getting back into it, that giving yourself a new set of rules, a new set of boundaries, researching also a little bit more on the internet about these things. I'm also seeing people meeting on the internet. I'm also seeing someone meeting a friend group and a man. So if you are someone who is single and you're looking to meet somebody, I feel the cards are showing that this is a possibility. I also see this hawk or whatever bird this is, maybe a crow. I'm seeing this as seeing a higher perspective, you know, making sure that you get that higher perspective. And I'm also seeing like, make sure asking yourself those questions, you know, because sometimes it could be very difficult to mingle your love life and your friendship circle, and making sure that like those two things work out together, because sometimes our intimate life and our social, more extroverted life can look very different. And I'm hearing that there might be some boundaries and things that you create between the separation of these two circles, and not really letting, I'm also hearing not letting too much of your own personal gossip about your very personal, intimate life with this new person. Maybe you should not share this information with your friends. Yeah, I'm feeling like, because we're trying to get out of that mode of gossip, and it's really hard to not have someone gossip about you when you're feeding their gossip machine, right? You're like, here's all this information about me. Now don't talk shit about me and don't think bad things. It's like, it's impossible. You care about your friends, or you're jealous, or there's, I mean, everybody has all these different energies going in their energy field all the time. So I feel like if you're gonna push that on another person to evaluate, you're asking something of them. So maybe you need to, maybe if that's a thing where you're like, I need to know if this is the right guy for me. So you're like sharing the information with a select group of friends, and maybe they can help you decide whether or not you need to move forward with this person. I also feel like maybe you also might want them to meet right away, because you want them to pick up on the red flags. And I feel like also younger people these days are in that kind of mode. Like, it's like they don't want to make the same mistakes that all the generations had before. There's a real blanket over the energy of not wanting to be the type of society that has been before when it comes to marriage, divorce, and all those kinds of things. So I feel like people are taking the right steps these days. You know, there's a lot of aid to mental health and dealing with your own personal problems before you actually invest in making your life about another person. So, you know, maybe that's also a message for someone. I feel like healing with the new moon is coming through as well. The new moon is also showing me this gold color, the sense of renewing the esteem. I'm feeling like this group or these people that are kind of coming to your life are really going to help you maintain your self-esteem. They're really gonna help you see that beautiful light. Sometimes we don't see the beautiful person that we are. Sometimes we need another person to say, wow, you are blinding me with your radiance. And, you know, because we're the ones seeing the other person, right? So it's like, you can see someone and go, wow, you're really special. And sometimes we can't even see that about ourselves right away. And we need another person to be like, wow, you're really amazing. And maybe you might already think that you're very special, but maybe you need that right now. Maybe there's just something, maybe something recently has kind of got you down. Maybe the winter has got you down. This isn't a timed reading, but we are in the end of January here in this reading. So if that is a timing aspect for you, I feel like, you know, the seasons, they will be changing, okay? All right, so let's get you a message here from this deck. Water creatures from the sea would like to come and sprinkle a message here. Okay. I think it's called the unicorn fish. Yeah, that's the unicorn fish. And I think it's very special that this is number 44. And we had talked about these new opportunities in the oak tree being something very stable and lasting. And the 44 is really giving me that energy that above all, this card wants to tell you that these magical blessings and miracles are occurring in your life. All your prayers are answered now. So something very special and significant. I feel like there's also this wish with this card is you have wished for something. And this wish is coming in. It is on the horizon. I feel like you also have your energy very focused on it. And that is very powerful manifestation. So moving in that direction, taking the opportunities that lead you to that direction. I can also see adjacent things that are associated with maybe this thing that you really, really want and getting involved in those things. You know, if you want to, there's a particular thing that you like, and let's say you don't know anybody that is into this thing. And then you just start researching it. You start seeing other people maybe online. You're seeing other people that are interested in it. You see some comments that you're like, hey, I like their comment. I like their vibe. I like how their energy is going. Then you see the other comments and you're a part of this kind of network of these people that are now seeing this new thing that you want to be involved in. And then you're able to get new perspectives and things. And I can also see this in the actual physical world as well, where you're getting the right contacts and meeting up with the right people, using the right words, using the right people, using the right situations and places. I'm also feeling with this card, so that you can create more opportunities for yourself, because getting attached to something that maybe is a new thing, I feel, you know, you have to really dive into it. You have to go down that rabbit hole. Okay, that's what the rabbit is saying. Go down the rabbit hole with me. Let's look at all the things, all the things that can make you big or small, right? Let's look at all those things. Let's maybe even from that perspective, you can look at where your boundaries need to lie at this point. Because I feel like there is, I feel like these things are maybe unexplained because they're new things. They're new things that you don't have words for them right now because they're not 100% a part of your reality. And you're bringing them in, you're drawing them in. I really feel like they're connected to you very much. But right now, there is something also I feel in the 10 of Swords that we need to let go of. There's something that we need to let go of from the past. Maybe some harsh words that someone said. Maybe this card is also giving me accept someone's apology. Yeah. Doesn't mean you have to be a part of their life, but accepting that apology into your life might be a big difference for you in the way that you navigate and make choices. Okay, so let's go ahead and get you a doorway here. Or I'll give you 3 and then you could choose one or all 3. this one right here. This one right here. And this one right here. All right. So we have passages, spiritual signs of inclination. You're walking through passages of your transformation. Yeah, I'm getting real new vibes with this. It's like, also just seeing these initiating layers, like so many layers that you walk through. You're like walking through, and this like the first layer of the information comes in. You're downloading this information, and then you get to the next level and the next level, and then finally you can open that door and see what's behind that door, what awaits for you. Cool. And this one here, this one's very interesting. It's like, I can't really see what these images are. I don't know if it's just like textured like that, but it looks kind of like, without looking at the details, it looks like a little cave with like bats up here. Oh, and there's snow. There's snow here. Change beckons. The path is shifting. The road leads a new way. Do not be alarmed as change beckons today. I also heard do something today to welcome in this change. Something new. Something that you don't usually do. Even if it's taking a new way to the grocery store. Okay. All right. And then we have this beautiful image here. I just feel like there is many protectors on your side. It's like once you get to this level and you get through this door, you're very protected. This looks like a Catholic cathedral, actually. Oh, yeah. Jude's song, a reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. And I heard that. Yeah, the internet. The internet got some strange places to go. But, you know, it's like, what is strange? You know, I feel like strange just means different. You know, doing something different, changing it up. Very potent messages today. The Roadrunners I just heard, run with it. Run with it. Yeah. Run with these new opportunities. I feel like they will take you places that are going to be freaking amazing. All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called, come out and see me again sometime. All right, bye-bye. Hello to those of you that selected group 2 here with this beautiful little blue heart crystal and the salamander and black pepper inspiration. Feeling wands vibes with this card. Yeah. Feel like a very fiery climax also to something that is a creative endeavor where you're like, I'm finally done. And then you get inspired by that thing to create something else. Very cool. Very creative energy. All right, so we are kind of looking at this in relationship to this card of the day here as well that I picked earlier, if you didn't catch that. The porcupine and anemone. Okay. The boundaries. So how can boundaries be established when it comes to inspiration? Well, I feel that right off, we can be inspired by a gazillion things, but it's really focusing and distilling that down. And you know, before I started this reading, I'm being guided to say that like I had to restart my phone because my camera wasn't focusing, and I use my phone camera. So I was like, I wasn't I was like, why isn't it focusing? It wouldn't focus. So I restarted it and then it was fine. So I feel like a boundary might be focusing in on things, because right now, if you have too many broad perspectives, things can become really blurry and you won't be able to see very clearly what it is that you're going to take the direction in towards. Because I feel like sometimes also the Wands energy, it can become really erratic. Controlling fire, controlling your creative impulses is near impossible. For someone who's a creative, and I work with creative energy, if not physically every day, I'm doing it mentally every day, and it can be exhausting. And I really have to focus sometimes, because I'm like, okay, I'm trying to make dinner right now. I'm not trying to build a shed outside, but in my mind, I will do stuff like that. I will build something to completion and do all the steps in my head. And I'm just like, stop. Like, please, like, I need focus on my task at hand, and my brain can go in so many different areas. So I feel like it is very important for me to have boundaries. And I tell myself, like, I'll tell myself, okay, not right now. Like, appreciate the, the input, the information, and like all that stuff in there that wants to create this thing, but we're not there yet, right? Let's focus on where we're at. And I'll like even talk to myself like this. And when I do that, it's not always easy. Like, it doesn't happen right away, because I'll have to constantly remind myself. I feel like it's like an unruly child sometimes, the creative energy, where it's just like, what about this? What about this? What about this? And you're just like, oh my gosh. Very overwhelming, right? It's like having a 2-year-old or a 3-year-old at your side that is filled with questions that you only have half the answers to. All right. So let's get you some tarot here on your situation. So I hope y'all are having a lovely day today, wherever you are in the world. And hopefully, if you're not having a good day, I can bring you some information that will help with moving out of that energy. What is some messages here for those that selected group 2 today? All right, we have the Page of Wands, the Lovers, the 10 of Wands, the King of Swords. Okay, all right, let's talk about it. So, we already felt that energy of Wands coming in with inspiration, and what do we get? One of the most inspired individuals of the deck, the Page of Wands. This person wants to do the most. Look at that. I don't know if that's a magic wand or a giant paintbrush. Whatever it is, I feel like you have this very unruly, kind of like I was describing about my creative child within, a very inquisitive, unruly child that just wants to break out of its skin all the time, just wanting to go out and expand and expand. Jupiter is also coming through in this to really show there is this expansion happening. I feel like there's an expansion in your love life. There's an expansion in your knowledge. There's an expansion in the creative endeavors that you're about to take on, and you're going to be flooded with more inspiration. So, as we had talked about before, how does boundaries really play into this? Well, the 10 of Wands here is our card here, boundaries. I mean, all these cards have their own boundaries, but this one is the big one, because it's like, you don't have to take on everything. You don't have to carry all the groceries in at the same time. You don't have to get all of your things ready all at the same time. You don't have to do all of your meal prep on the same day. That just came through because I was doing meal prep the other day. And I was like, I just really want to fit all this in. I was like, wait, I'm going to burn myself out. And then I'm not going to really want to do meal prep every month, So I try to take it light. And usually it takes me like 3 days to do a month and a half worth of food in my freezer for everybody in the house, and we'll have other things like fresh made things, but mostly I don't want to run out of that stuff because when I get into a project, I do not want to reach a level where I don't have something to eat or have to take an hour to make myself something to eat. So I just love having things available. That's also showing me that make sure you're not depleting yourself, like taking care of yourself, making sure you're getting all the nutrition that you need. I'm hearing also, because the Lover's card in this is really showing me this intensity. Okay, there's this intensity between these two individuals where I don't know if you've ever been really, really like infatuated with another person at a young age, like if you experience that at all, or if you're in that at the moment, but you can't see the forest for the trees. Like you can't see things in front of you. Like things are like I had told you about the camera being out of focus. Like I feel like you can't eat, you can't sleep, you can't think correctly. When you're infatuated, that all of your energy is going to that other person, and they might be doing the same thing with you, they might not, we don't know, but a lot of the time, let's say when a woman is, okay, a woman is a planner. She is planning things out 9 months in advance, unbeknownst to her most of the time when she's young, okay? So when she's planning things out like that, there is a level of intensity. When she thinks she's found the one, she's like, okay, one and done, check that off my list. Now let's move on to the next step. And if you're in that traditional type energy, you might want to take those steps pretty quickly. This is showing me this very fiery passion. It's like once you have that inspiration and you got that fire under you, you can't sit still. You got to get shit going. You got to make things happen, right? So you got to make choices quickly. You got to take things on that are burdening in order to get to the end of that cycle, like push it on so we can go to the next cycle. But I'm hearing slow down, baby, slow down, okay? Because regardless of the feeling that you have, like that's not going to be there tomorrow, it will be, okay? I'm just here to tell you, as an older lady, okay, in her 40s, I have been in many different relationships, one of which now that I've been for almost 14 years, I think we're going on. It changes, like I'm like, is it 15? Is it 14? Doesn't matter at this point. But I've also been in a lot of other relationships, like when I was very young, and, progressively longer and longer as I got older. But that first initial feeling that you get, I don't even think you have to be a young person. It could happen at any time to you. If you just haven't experienced it at all. Let's say you're a 40-year-old person, and then all of a sudden you meet the love of your life. There is going to be that untapped energy within you that is going to want to come to the surface and go, holy crap, what is this feeling? This is intense. And it's really, that's why I think this is the card of choices in one respect, because it's really difficult to make choices when you're in an intense, unfocused blur of an energy, right? And you're not even thinking 100% about yourself. So how could you make the right choice when all your energy's going to somebody else? It just doesn't make any sense at all. So that's why it's like, this card is like, this is a big choice. From this moment on, bringing another person in your life changes your life. It adds to your life, maybe even so much so that you can't handle at this moment or won't be able to handle in the future if you don't take the right choices and the right steps now, is what the cards are saying. I also feel like there is a wise individual. This one's giving me father vibes, psychologist vibes, or older brother, I'm hearing. Somebody who's in your life who you can talk to. Maybe this is even a masculine female energy that you know. And this person is leaning in, sitting back, ready here at this reading to say, I got advice for you. but I'm not going to give it to you unsolicited. You're going to have to come to me and ask me for this advice. I'm not going to just pour it out to you. So it's like, unburden yourself. Ask those questions. If you think they're naive and small-minded, and you think this other person's more intelligent than you, I'm hearing, let that go, because that's already a thing anyway. If this person's older than you and wiser than you, how are you going to, get one up on this person? No, you're not. So just submit to the fact that this person's wiser and listen to them. I feel like sometimes this person doesn't want to listen. They're just like, I'm over here, I'm over there, I'm over here, I'm over there. I'm going to create this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to go to this place. It's like ADHD. It's like, shush. I can feel that in my mind, with the creative energy. It's like, okay, just shush. And it's like, you need a creative outlet to tame this energy down. So I feel like if this is kind of like this erratic relationship, and so one of the boundaries could be for yourself, tell yourself that today, instead of focusing on this person, I'm going to do this task, this activity, or this creative project, or something like that, in order to get my head out of it, so that I can get in a different energy and I can have more of an active meditation behind this. The King of Swords is saying, he's saying, if you can't find all the information and you're blocked, and let's say, okay, he's saying, if I was in your position, if I was in your shoes, and I didn't have all the knowledge that I had, I would stem more from my instincts, more instinctual things. And oh wait, no, that was in the last card I saw. There was something about bats in the doorways. Oh, okay. The bat wants to come, because I'm seeing out of focus. Okay, bats can't see very well. So I'm seeing them with echolocation. So what I'm seeing with that is like picking up on energy, picking up on vibes, really feeling out the situation, and sitting there with yourself. And how do you really feel? Are you super nervous? Do you feel like you have to make decisions right away, or this is going to slip through your hands? Do you feel pushed? Do you feel anxious? Are these things coming to the surface? If so, those are not the right circumstances to make choices. So it's like, get into that meditative state, wait until you've been able to mentally process things with some type of active meditation, like I said, because if you just can't sit still and you need to be doing something, or you have fidgety hands or fidgety mind, I'm feeling like there needs to be some activity that we need to do so that we can just calm, be in that activity, because there's just this erratic, because I remember being young and being like, oh, is he gonna call me? Is it and I feel that. I'm feeling that right now. And because I'm also feeling like the dynamic of an older person and a younger person, and one person just in agony because they want to hurry up into this relationship, and the other person is wise and they know to wait and be patient. So it's frustrating to this other person. So depending on how that dynamic works out for you, if you're the older, wiser one, or if you're the younger one, there's going to be a frustrating element. I feel it's like one person could be frustrated with one person that wants to move too quickly, and the other person, they have the ability to move swiftly, but this is an older, wiser person that's going to move swiftly more in their words. They're going to be able to describe things in a way that maybe you might not be able to fully understand where they're coming from, because they've had the wisdom behind knowing what's going on. I'm also seeing this person as being divorced before, and this person has never been married or never been in a real relationship. And that could be frustrating to both of you as well, because it's like, this is a teacher and this is a student, and that dynamic can happen within a relationship. And it's like, if you feel comfortable with that dynamic, you can, sure, run with that. And I feel like this person might even feel a little humbled though, because sometimes the King of Swords can say things more efficiently than he can say them in a considering your feelings, right? So he's going to be more analytical rather than thinking about his emotions. Okay, so let's move on here to get you a bird spirit. Bird spirit for those that selected group 2. Also going to this wants to be, this is like, hey, what about me? Blue heart, this deep blue heart. So I feel like there is an honest, true, loyal energy to you. And it is radiant. Look, it shines. When you let that out, it shines. There's something about you. I feel you want something also rare. I'm hearing like blue moon, rare, something that doesn't come around. Maybe this is something rare. It hasn't, but it still has this dynamic of needing to let something go in order to fully embrace something else. I'm feeling like pulled in 2 different directions. Okay, what bird spirit would like to come and visit? A message for those that selected group 2. Oh, okay. Okay. We have the American crow. Oh, and we have him right here too. Wow, okay. Very special. All right. So, I feel like the people that are interested in tarot and stuff like that, like obviously you know something about the like bats and crows and snakes and butterflies, and you know about animals. I'm feeling like you know about this. So I'm feeling like there is this very complex relationships that you have with the earth and the people in it. And like I feel like there's you can see things for what they are. You can see, like the crow is very interesting. Like a crow can identify, it has like facial recognition software that we haven't even really gotten up to par with. So I'm hearing a dog barking in the background as well. I'm feeling like someone wants to get your attention. Okay, and I haven't mentioned yet that there is messages coming in. So, and that loyalty, we spoke about the loyalty in the blue. There is a loyal friend, there is a loyal person trying to get your attention. Oh, we're going back to that message of dad or brother or somebody that's close to you that cares about you, who is very wise and has a lot of good information. Definitely, I feel like that is coming through. Okay, stop. The dog stopped barking. So yeah, the crow is really giving me, it says black pepper. We have this black crow. We have this dark energy. I also feel like this, the skin color, this person is being highlighted as well. This person might, since we have a lot of wands energy, the wands are kind of indicative of someone from a foreign land. So this person might be different than you. So if you are white, this person might be a different race. If you are a different race, someone might be a different race than you. So something might be different and then dynamic. You guys might look different. That kind of, you know, that's kind of coming through. It might be from, or just completely different cultures as well. That's also coming through. But the crow, I feel, is a very talkative, but also a very, it's like you can't, like, I would have to pause the video if there was a crow outside my window. Like, that's just not, like, pretty. You know, so I feel like there might be some words that are coming through that might be harsh, something that you might want to hear, because it might, I feel like in a way it might burst your bubble on how you feel about somebody, but you're needing to take more of a realistic look at and be a little more honest with yourself, I guess, is what the King of Swords is saying about how you're looking at someone, because you got rose-colored glasses on right now. And maybe you don't have enough experience to know that some of the things this person is, I'm feeling, rushing along. Like maybe that is not the pace that you should be going at right now. Maybe you might want to put the brakes on some stuff because we need to deal with some things that we haven't dealt with. I'm also feeling like love can be a distraction in this energy as well. It's like the crow is kind of saying like, I have this higher perspective, this higher view, and what I'm seeing from this is that you have all this stuff over here you haven't taken care of, and you're distracting yourself with meeting a new person or something, or, you know, it's like the intensity you're feeling might not be 100% genuine, because, like, I can see it as like, I'm seeing SpongeBob for some reason. I haven't watched SpongeBob in a really long time, but love some SpongeBob. So funny. I love how he's kind of a doormat for work, and I've always been kind of that person. I'm like, yay, let's go team, and everybody's like, meh. So yeah, I'm feeling like oh, okay. There's an episode where SpongeBob is supposed to write a paper, and like, instead of writing this paper, he's like, I have all this time to finish this paper, and he does like all this other junk, and he's just procrastinating. Okay, that's what it is, procrastinating. You're procrastinating something, and then you're like, I still have all this time, and then you're like, from all the things you did, you got tired, and then you took a nap, and then you woke up and you realized, shoot, now I don't have any time to do it. So it's like, don't consider it having a lot of time to do other things. Consider it having a lot of time to focus on that one thing. Right? That's what I'm being guided to say. Okay. All right, and let's get a symbol from the crow here. More of a message that they would like to bring to you. All right, the snake. Transmute. Yeah, I felt that energy of big change. And again, number 44. Last reading got a 44 from this deck. It's really interesting. So I feel like all of you, these boundaries, this 4 boundary is making me think 4, like, you know, like a fence around you. Like, I feel like this whole reading, all these readings are really stable. They're all very protected. Like, people that are here, I'm hearing you're done with the effery. I don't want to say the whole word, but yeah, like, it's like there's a small part of yourself where you're like, yeah, blah. But then you're like, you know, we've learned from this. We're wise. We're grown. Let's start moving in a direction. Because I feel like, okay, snake is very cautious. It's a very sensitive, very vulnerable animal, actually. You know, we think snake is so scary. But snake has to be very cautious of where it goes and what it does, because every move that it makes, yeah, it's long enough to retract and go back from where it previously was, but it can't so quickly get around. Like, it doesn't have arms and legs. It's, you know, there are some snakes that are very fast. There are some snakes that are slow. You know, they're different species. They're colubrids and like large-bodied snakes, like pythons. So there's these 2 different categories. So I'm feeling like there's a sensitivity to you that I'm feeling like that echolocation is coming through. It's like when you enter a room, you got to be waiting at that door, just feeling out that energy before you really make your way into that room. Because it's like, once you get in there, you could be setting yourself up for a vulnerable situation, because I feel this shedding with this snake and the skin being like very new and delicate and sensitive to every little vibration. You know, like all their scales are like little measurements of vibration. So I'm feeling this just very sensitive energy to you, to where it's almost like the King of Swords was saying before, it's like, if you don't have all the knowledge that you have, it's better to use those instincts and those intuitions that you have. They're very strong. Okay, so let's get you another message here from the water creatures here in the ocean. Ocean animal would like to visit those that selected group 2. Give us a little sprinkle Oh, you got the killer whale. Number 48, disengage from outcomes. Let go so you can open yourself to the highest love that you deserve. Find ways to release worry or any unresolved lack of forgiveness you might be holding on to. Ooh, baby. Yes. Are you burdening yourself? Are you holding on to a heavy weight of not being able to forgive someone? Because that energy, once you open that up, if you're not experiencing this love or this partnership or whatever it is, I feel like once you forgive and you let open that gate of love, it floods in. It is going to flood in. Yeah, and I feel like the snake also comes through to show you this reigniting to your love life, reigniting to your senses, your sensual energy, reigniting to that kundalini. I mean, I'm getting chills going up the sides of my sides. I'm feeling like there is this rise to your energy to where you can, once you let go of that, you're not holding on to it anymore. And therefore that energy, because this is wand, so it's like, it's a drain in that energy, not forgiving whoever you need to forgive. So once you do this in I'm feeling in many ways, there needs to be like a process here. And if this is someone who you don't particularly talk to anymore, something like that, there's many different ways. You know, you can write them a letter, you can bury it, you can burn it with the fire here. Yeah, I'm hearing messages of writing a letter, burning that letter, having a little ceremony for the energy, letting it go, being free from it and sitting in that and feeling it leave you. And then it opens up the energy so much so that if you do not have someone in your life, it's going to come in pretty quickly. I feel with this wands and this air energy. Yeah. The icing to your cupcake is what I heard. That's... I think I might take that out. That sounds that sounds bad. The rice to your beans. Okay. Somebody very special, I feel, is entering your life. And this might be a younger person, this might be an older person, depending on where you're at with that. But yeah, beautiful. I feel like also this card is showing you to not... when that hasty energy that I felt from the Page of Wands, it's like that person wants to know the outcome. This person's like, I already know that I'm not going to know. So it's like once you disengage, once you free yourself up from wanting to know, that's another energy pull, right? It's like then you free up the energy so you're like, you can have this light and beautiful fun time, because this card is a Gemini. There's some Gemini energy in here. So Gemini... if you know anything about a Gemini, or if you are a Gemini, I'm a Gemini rising, cusp with Cancer, but like I have a lot of that talkative energy sometimes, and we like to keep it light. We like to talk about current events. We like to talk about fun things. We like to talk about creative things. We like to talk about childish things. We like to be silly. We like to keep it light, okay, a lot of the time. And yes, I am a Scorpio as well. I'm a Scorpio Sagittarius cusp, but like I have a deep side of myself, but there's this surface level. It's like I like hanging out and mingling with people and keeping it light. And the heaviness that I feel like you could burden yourself with is wanting to know outcomes in any relationship. I mean, even the outcome of the relationship with your parents, okay? I mean, I'm not going to go into all that, but I've had a very evolving life with that energy. And you know, you're never going to know how everything all plays out. You could change one day and wake up and realize that the circles you surrounded yourself in are not conducive to the energy moving forward. So now you have to change the people you surround yourself, change the way you do things. And that can be a little jarring at first, but it's moving you to your highest aligned place. All right, so let's go ahead and get you 3 doorways that you can walk through here today. That one, because it's funny, I'm gonna give you that one because I heard this one was on the top and the last one, and I kind of heard like I want to walk through that door. So Okay, now it's that one. It's like, I want to walk through that one. All right, so door number 1 here with these beautiful green garden doors. A note on love. Seek different seasons and enter into the unknown. When love is the focus, foundation, and goal, blessed is the body, mind, and soul. Wow. I love that. All right. And then this beautiful heavenly doorway here. Blinding. I feel like a birth. What's that? A moment's joy, sand through the hourglass, yet time could stand still. A moment lasts forever in the bliss of the heart's will. Ooh, these are all very steamy, romantic energies. Like, and then we have this, like a stone area going into another stone area. Bless this space. Your sacred space holds the soul to bear. Palo Santo or sage will clear the air. Okay, yeah, with the energy as well. Remember we had talked about clearing the energy, letting go, forgiving, doing a ritual of such. I feel like also that can be incorporated into this. You know, it's like once you release the energy and you feel it fully like leaving and releasing in you, then it's like, okay, thank you. Thank you for being here. And then it's like, okay, now I'm setting it up to clear the area and go on to the next thing. Like I do with these card readings, I always clear the space and I do a different background, and now different nails every time. I have some new nails too. I'm so excited. Like I didn't make these are just press-ons, but I have so many now that I made myself. I got all these supplies and I was really getting into all the like little charms and things you can put on nails. Like, so up to come, that will be more a part of it. So yeah, refreshing, anew, bringing new energy. I'm feeling also just with this. It's just such a crisp, cool. I'm also, this one's giving me like mixing the old with the new. Like it's like wisdom mixed with the new inspiration. All right, well, that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much for joining me in this energy. And if you feel so called, come out and see me again sometime. Thank you guys. Have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye. Those of you that selected group 3 here with the black cube crystal here and the hawk and thistle, graceful persistence. Beautiful card. Thistle, such a underappreciated plant. I see a lot of hawks where I live. I mean, and I have to take major highways, country highways, to get where I'm going, and a lot of them are like just along the side of the highway, but particularly where I live here, they fly around the lake, they fly right above here. They're always all over the place, and sometimes not the greatest because they do eat some of the birds, unfortunately, that I like to watch, but you know, nature. So I'm feeling like there is a necessary evil to get to a place of grace. So it's also like the thistle is showing me, it's like in order to reap the benefits of the thistle, you have to get through all those terrible little thorns. The root is very good for you. The seeds are good for your liver. Yeah, and they persist. They're very persistent. You knock it off down at the stalk, it'll continue to grow unless you take it out at the root. Like much like a dandelion, but with a little more aggression. Okay. All right, so We'll see how that comes along out in the cards here. Let's get you started on your tarot here. So I hope you all are doing well today and having a lovely day wherever you are in the world. Whoa. Let's see, what are the messages for those with Sacred Group 3? So, oh yeah, I guess we should also, if you didn't see in the beginning, I had a card of the day here that I picked was Boundaries with the porcupine and anemone flower. So we're going to kind of see how that relates as well to your card. So I'm feeling like boundaries and graceful persistence. Persistence on its own has boundaries because persistence implies that you're focusing in on one thing and not letting things distract you. And grace is also showing me that it's more of like this flow and this plan and this trust that you have with yourself. All right. Okay, I'll take it. 9 of Pentacles. Justice. 5 of Wands, 9 of Swords in reverse. Okay. All right, let's talk about it. So the 9 of Pentacles is already showing me there is a reward for your persistence. The Justice is showing me a new balance and a completion to something that is going to give you the karmic benefit of all of the work that you've put in. There may be people, I feel, in the 5 of Wands that are competitive with you in some way, but I feel like this might be a good thing because it has pushed you to be the best, to work with grace, to be persistent, to keep going, and to get to where you need to go. Because I feel like the 9 of Swords in reverse is showing me that you are persisting in order to continue to have peace of mind, to continue to have a graceful pursuit in life, to continue to have, I'm also seeing in the 9 of Pentacles feeling carefree and easy. And I feel like this look on her face, like there is this balanced way to be. It's like we're not always happy, but we're not always sad. You know, there is this balance to us where we understand our emotions. I'm also feeling a lot of self-alchemy in that card. Self-alchemy is such an interesting concept as well. So I feel that could look like achieving a graceful attitude. Right? It's like once you've mastered something and you're doing it for a while and you've become really good at it and you trust yourself and you move with fluidity, I feel there is a side to that looks graceful to other people. It's where you accomplished something and it's like you have this new flow and it may look easy. I feel like that's what it's coming through. It's like there's a little bit of jealousy here because I'm feeling like you're making something look easy, but it's only because you're not showing or they're not seeing all the hard work behind the scenes. And all the sleepless nights. I mean, this card in reverse is showing me that this is coming to an end, but it's also up in the air that if we do not continue in these pursuits, because I also feel this energy where it's like, in order to calm the mind and see things from a very relaxed perspective and not hold anxiety with you so intensely, you have to get to a state where you accept. You're accepting that you have this erratic mind. And I'm kind of being guided to say number 2 might be relevant reading for you to watch as well, because there was something in there about the creative child within being kind of erratic or ADHD, like all over the place, so many questions, just like a lot of energy. And I'm feeling like in this group, it's like that energy has been realized, has been worked through, and is becoming more balanced within. And now people are like, how did you do that? And maybe even wanting to kind of stir up some stuff or trigger you in some way to see how you'll react. And you're not reacting the way that you used to. You have more of a grace to you, and you've established those boundaries. Okay, this would be my card of boundaries here if we had one. You know, the boundary is that we only maybe share so much with certain people, or we only let certain people see certain things. So it's like you're not going to have a full documentary of your life online to where you show even going to the bathroom. You know, like I feel like there's just some things about our life. It's like you don't have to show or share all those things. And it may feel limited, and this may feel like a change to some people because they're like, you usually tell me everything. I feel like there's something about this where you maybe have shared information with someone that you've realized that when you share these things, they may use it against you in some way or something like that. So you've kind of learned to adapt to that. And I'm feeling that these people might be close to you. These might be siblings. These might be very close friends. But I'm seeing that there is karmic balance and justice being restored to this kind of uneven, out of balance dynamic with some people that are around you, that are close to you. And that competitive energy that once got you to the top is now evening out and balancing out, because you are now in this position where you're like, I'm the balanced one at the top. Like, I don't have to fight for this position anymore. All right, so let's get you a... Oh, I'm hearing another message. Or it's saying, wait. Okay, the 9-9 message. The 9-9 message would be try your best to find those moments of zen, those moments of completion, those moments that make you feel right, that are kind of like being in like your cozy grandma or grandpa energy. You know, it's like, do you feel complete? Do you feel wise in these decisions? And also, I'm feeling like there is a bit of chaos to the 9. So the 9, this card really symbolizes that. It's like bringing that monkey mind down and like focusing and stop with the chaos in the mind. So I'm feeling like there's something about you focusing your mind here. Maybe this has been a big pursuit. Maybe dealing with your anxiety has been this persistence. So let's get a bird for you here. Oh, that one wants to come out right away. Okay, we have the indigo bunting. Ooh, this one's beautiful. The male, look at him. He is a little beauty, isn't he? Wow. Eastern North America. Yeah, because I don't usually see these guys. Well, I guess they're in my area. So instantly what I was feeling from this bird right away is that blue color is showing me more communication. For one, we have the Libra energy in this card. So I feel like there is something being communicated that has to do with relationships, has to do with maybe even a career dynamic, something like that. There's messages coming in with that. But also, yeah, the Justice card tells me to keep things to yourself. Keep things to yourself. The 9 of Pentacles says keep them to yourself. The 5 of Wands is like, you should have kept it to yourself. The 9 of Swords in reverse is like, thank God we kept that to ourselves. Yeah, because I feel like your card that you picked, and then we get this bird. It's like, if this bird wants to draw attention to itself, it's a very bright color. I just feel like there's like this, I don't want to say predator, but that's a predator bird. It's a raptor bird. So I'm like, I also feel like buntings eat. Don't they eat? Yeah. Buntings eat thistle seeds. They also eat bugs and stuff, but they eat a lot of seeds. Yeah, okay. I'm feeling like there's an awareness. Okay, here it is, because there's a hawk in this card as well. I feel like there's an awareness that you have. And I'm also seeing like, I was trying to get like, okay, show me the image of this bird eating these seeds and the predation. And then I instantly saw animals down at the watering hole, like in Africa or something. Like, there's something about that, like, it's like, be careful where you mingle, be careful. Oh, I'm also hearing like the stuff about the courtroom, things like a jury, like the jury's out. I'm hearing the jury's out, and it's like, don't speak on this, don't speak about the case, because, you know, it's illegal to talk about the case. But like in general, in life, it's like, maybe we would muck up the decision-making capabilities, or we're going to mess with the balance of the scales if we add our, like, if we're trying to be too noticed, like we're being too flashy, too noticed. Because the female, she likes to be in this camouflage so she can get to the nest, have her babies, and not draw so much attention. The male, he's to draw attention to himself to get the female. So I'm feeling like in this, it's like drawing attention to yourself. Like, it's okay, now I'm seeing the bird eating the seeds, and then looking, constantly being aware of the sky above. Yeah, constantly being aware of the sky above, so that you can stay and continue this peace that you have. Because there's something about some unnecessary conflict that I feel like you might be in. This is also giving me small claims court, these 2 cards right here. But I feel like, you know, if you are persistent and you continue being graceful and floating on the wind of what is already laid out for you, is what I'm hearing. It's like I'm seeing the hawk in the sky floating on those blades of wind. It's like it trusts the wind just to leave its wings open and not flap its wings. It's just coasting. So I'm feeling like it's not like you have to say anything. Well, it's like that, also the theory of like not saying anything and letting your lawyer speak for you, having a representative speak for you, having things, also your work speaking for itself, not having to be a pusher or a marketer of your work. Like, it's speaking for itself. Interesting. Okay, and so let's get a symbol for the bird here, for more of a message. What symbol would you like to have, little warbler? New life. Ooh, oh, here we go. Another 4. Okay, so far in all these readings we've had a 44, and now we have a 4. So I feel, I had said in group 2, I feel like there is a new stable beginning for everyone here that tuned into this reading. There is this changeover in energy. I feel like people people pleasers are now kind of really realizing themselves and wanting more for themselves. People who have felt unstable in life are finding a new stability. Maybe people who haven't found their place just within a group of people are now finding the people that they need to find. And I feel like this group, especially group 3, is always the banger. You know, this is a whole new arc to your life and whole new way of being. I feel like this is like the Justice card is coming in to kind of clear the slate. It's like, okay, we've got that over with. We've got that out of the way. This is a new chapter. The 11 is like that new doorway we walk through, right? To this new life. And now it's like, how do you conduct yourself from here on out? All right. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's go ahead and get you an ocean spirit here. Ocean spirit would like to visit group 3. Those that selected group 3 for a little sprinkle of a message. Oh, you got the whale tail. It's like you just get to see the tail. So I feel like there's a lot going on beneath the surface. Okay, let's just, first off, that 32 is giving me a 5. Total submersion. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project, interest, or goal. Give it 100% of your energy and you may find what your life has been lacking. Ooh, yeah. I feel like 5 of Wands here. That's kind of lack mentality, right? It's like we're jealous of each other. We're competing with each other. We're trying to get what we don't have. Yeah. I feel like this is a whole new perspective for you. You're no longer fighting these petty fights and battles. You're no longer just absorbing this anxiety and holding it with you. You're like, I am dropping this. I'm letting this go. But in the way of how. You know, how do you let this go? There's many different things you have to do in order to, to create more peace in your life, create more grace, and persist toward the focused goals. Focus on that new energy. So far, the other 2 groups, there was a lot of letting go. It's like, how can you move on if you can't forgive the past? How can you move on if you're holding on to all this baggage? How can you move on when you literally have 1 foot in the past and 1 foot in the present? Like, you have to detach. You have to close that other door. Speaking of doors, let's open 3 for you here. Okay. All right, so this is the first one here. Lots of freedom. Just feeling like this is like a liberation. A liberation from a bind. It's like it's limitless now. The walls cannot hold your energy. Oof. All right, and then number 2 here. That was the one that was sitting out there. I was like, that's the one I want to walk into. So you get to walk into that one. And then number 3 here is this one. This interesting one right by the water. So it's like a boat dock. Okay. All right, let's see, what's the back of this one? Yes. Kiss the ground and touch the sky. Your soul is set now to leap and fly. I heard just say yes. Say yes to yourself. Yes to the things that inspire more freedom and liberation of your soul. Right here, this beautiful image here where it's like, ooh, I want to like go to that bed and breakfast or maybe even live there. That looks awesome. The art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let love dance in sight. I'm going to read that again. The art of life. There's no sacred light in the aura of an invisible life. Be bold in your skin. Let your love dance in sight. I see that in that one. It's like, Dancing might be a good thing to change up your energy. I feel like also if you get like that I'm feeling this card kind of gives me like anxious crawling up the walls. Like you just, it's like being indoors in winter time and just being like, I want to go outside. I want to play. I want to do sports. I want to do something. Like feeling like this burst of energy. It's like you need to get some of that out. Here. Distant dream. The distance calls your heart to roam free. As you dare dream it, so must it be. Pass this card on. Yeah. I think this group is kind of the, like, I look at this and I'm like, I'm thinking boundaries blanketing all over these readings, and this reading particularly is making me feel like boundless. Like the boundaries are what's holding you back, and maybe we need to reassess those. Yeah, that's a good word. Reassess the boundaries. All right. I feel colorful though. Lots of colors, and you're colorful in this card. These are very colorful doors with this colorful bird. I feel like there's a lot of beautiful things on your horizon and a lot of visual, maybe you're even a visual artist or something like that. There's something to do with art as well with this card. So it's like there's something, you know, lurking here beneath the surface, or I don't like the word lurking, but there's, what did I say before? There's more underneath the surface than what meets the eye. So it's like, yeah, I feel like you've only seen just a little bit, a little touch, a little peek of the possibilities here. And that's probably why you're inspired to be so persistent. And that's lovely. All right. Well, thank you so much for joining me in this energy. That is all I have for you today. And if you feel so called, come out again and see me sometime when I post. Every Saturday is my post, 6 p.m. Central Time. And yeah, I hope to see your energy in another one of my readings. Hope you have a lovely rest of your day. Bye-bye.